In this, the final lesson on AirLogix setup, we will address the final two screens of the setup submenus: surge parameters and trend configuration. In order to enter values for surge parameters, I first need to log in. This is done by first clicking Navigate, Setup, and then Log in. Anyone can view these values, but you will need credentials in order to change them. Now, I'll click the Surge Parameter button to see this screen. The values and calculations in this screen are so vital and complex. A detailed and structured hands-on training is warranted. For this video, I will only present an overview of this screen. A natural surge is typically performed first, and the data entered here. But, these numbers are for record keeping only, and are not part of the control algorithm. Next, two throttle surges are conducted. Usually, at 10% above, and below, the intended operating pressure of the compressor. In the previous video, we demonstrated the manual valve control features. This is where the surge tests are usually conducted. When a surge is observed, you will remember, I press the E-open button, which immediately opens the bypass valve. But something else happens at that time. When the E-open button is pressed, the controller stores the current pressure, motor current, inlet temperature, and the magnitude of the swing in motor current and discharge pressure. That data gets automatically stored here. Because this window captures the newest and oldest surge, you can conveniently see the high and low pressure surge data side by side. At the bottom of this screen is a tool called Surge Data Calculator. This can be used to round the actual surge data captured, up or down, to a round number, or to any pressure point on the surge slope. It returns the correct and relevant motor amp data for the pressure point entered. Entering the actual recorded surge data pressure in amps for the high and low pressure surges on the left, you can then pick pressure points on the surge slope line and enter them on the right to discover the motor amps at which a surge would take place at the given pressure. Once this calculation is complete to your satisfaction, you can enter the surge data directly into the high and low pressure surge fields here, or you can press the Apply New Surge Data button here, which will fill in those fields at once. This process mathematically draws the actual surge line, which is actually a slope, as shown here in the purple line. You can see here, as the discharge pressure of the machine rises, or falls, the motor current at which the machine will surge, increases and decreases with it. The second line, the green one, is called the surge line offset. This offset is entered as a percentage from the actual surge line. This section allows the configuration of surge line offset, inlet temperature for air density compensation, surge line indexing, and the data for our surge detection algorithm. Case Controls offers technical training for qualified channel partners and end users in our training center in Evansville, Indiana. That would be the appropriate venue for training on this topic. It is critically important that every number on this screen be thought out, understood, and then entered correctly for proper control of a centrifugal compressor. Now, back to the setup menu, and you'll see there is one last screen to be addressed. The trend configuration. You'll remember in an earlier session, we covered the trend screens. One of them is a user-defined screen that allows you to select which pens to display for a custom trend. But the other 6 trend screens were pre-configured to show common trending functions. In order to customize any of the 6 basic trend screens, it is easy to go to the Setup screen, then click on the Trend Configuration screen button. Here are the configuration screens for the 6 standard trends shown on the trend screen. Just as you did for the custom trend, you can select any one of the pens and change it to what you want to see on the standard trend screen. Lastly, because I logged in earlier, I will log out to prevent anyone from changing any configuration using my credentials, then return to the main screen. This concludes our video on setting up the surge parameters on the AirLogix compressor controller. Please like this video and watch for future lessons, demonstrations and simulations. And once again, thanks for watching.